Hi Floss Tube, this is Veronica with Night Stitch, and I'm here for a Floss Tube update, just a regular stitchy update. I finished this gift for my friend, and before I send it away, I thought I would show you guys. This was my Whip Girl project for May 2024, and it was number 5, and the goal that I set for myself was to finish it. Here it is, just my friend's 4 favorite swear words that I told her to give me 4 of her favorite swear words, and I stitched them. And then I added this border. It's not a border of my own creation. I had a free pattern that I had done called Persephone, and it was from the, I think, Sarcastic Cross Stitch group. It was in one of the free files when I found it, and I liked the border, so I used it again on here. And these fonts are from the random alphabet books that I have. I have this subversive cross stitch book, and in the back it has some alphabets. And then I also found this alphabet book from Hobby Lobby, and it has a bunch of like random alphabets in it, so I used some of those. And this is DMC variegated floss. I think it's 51. It's the orange and yellow. And these little flourishes are DMC Diamant. And I know that I did not center this, but that's okay. I centered the border, but it turns out some of the text wasn't quite centered, but that's okay. And I just wrapped this around a flat canvas. It's one of those flat art canvases. This fabric is Huntress from Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lugana. And the back, there we go, is scrap of paper, and it's like chocolate pudding. It's a giant chocolate pudding swirl. And I just hot glued the fabric to the canvas, and then I used scrapbook tape to tape the paper on. So, yep. I'm gonna start with a fully finished object. This is Eric the Eagle. I finished him. He's a diamond painting, and I just put him in a shadow box. It was the shadow box with adjustable layers, so you can put the picture however close you want to the glass. I put him the furthest back so that the little diamond things would remain unsquished. Let's see if I can get him to sparkle. There. Sparkling. I have some finishes. So I played Whip Go for June, and I finished one of my projects, which was my goal. So this is Fa La La Wine by Peacock and Fig, and it's done. I did this on 32 count Lugana Frosty Mint by Fiberlicious, and it's so cute. It only took me 3 stitching days, but I've had this since November of 2020, which made me laugh because that is ridiculous, and I don't know why I do things like that, but I'm thinking because this is so small, I might do this as a calendar scrapbook page finish and put it on like a December calendar page. This is another finish that I did. I'm model stitching this for my LNS, and it's Immortal by Lucy Beam. And I did this on 32 count Lugana by Fiberlicious called Chai Latte, or Chai Love You. And I realized that it is close to the edge here, but it's because I forgot to add 3 inches around the pattern, so I will have to deal with that when I frame this. I did not use any of the called for colors in fabric or in thread. I used Classic Colorworks thread instead of Gentle Arts. I don't know what else to say about it. I'm gonna finish it in some kind of frame. I have frames that my husband's friend gave to him to give to me, and I will probably use one of those because I'm pretty sure it'll fit. This was a pretty simple stitch because there's only 3 colors in it, and the blue that I used is the most variegated thread that you can see, even though I think technically all of the colors that I bought, all 3 colors that I bought were variegated, but they're very subtle, and the blue is the only one that you can really tell. So it's pretty simple stitching. It's repeating the pattern up here and here, as you can see, and then words are pretty simple. So I talked about that for way too long. Hopefully I didn't bore you. Okay, I think the rest are WIPS or new starts. Last week I had shown you, not last week, last Stitchy update, I showed you this Très Joli Salon from Mill Hill. It's a buttons and beads kit, and it's the Spring Series Main Street. And I love little shops and little houses and stores, so I started it, and I got the door in the middle and part of the tree done. My face looks crazy behind this perforated paper. Yeah, not much to say about it. It's been fun stitching on it because it's my first Mill Hill, so it's my first time doing a perforated paper project. Guess I could show you how I kitted it up. So this is my box. This is a sticker that I put on here because I love cars. And it's a divided box. So I've got the project, and then I've got the cover photo, and I have the pattern color key, and then my working copy of the pattern. And then in this little bucket that you take out, but it's divided, I have the button that it came with, And I have the needles that the kit came with, one regular needle and one beading needle. I usually use a 24 count. It's the middle size needle, so like not the very biggest one and not the very smallest one. The one in the middle's the needle that I use, but a lot of times kits come with the really big one, and so I just keep it and don't use it. And I sorted out all the beads into these little containers, and I used my label maker to put the number of the bead on it. So it has purple beads, it has white beads, it's got yellowy beads, some green ones, purple ones I see kind of spilled out in my container, so maybe this isn't a perfect way to organize it, but I did notice there was like holes in here, so I guess if I tip the container over it's gonna spill out. But these are little pink ones. I guess I'll have to clean that up later. Only the purple ones spilled out, so I should be fine. Normally I store it flat, so I think when I tipped it upside down, that's when that happened, but that's okay. Such is life. But, oh, and the floss I put on floss ring or floss drop, and I'm just hanging it near my stitchy spot, so that's where the floss is. Oh, it turns out I did bring this over here. This is the original pattern of Immortal, and these are the Gentle Art colors, and they're a little bit darker, but I used the same color family, so pink, blue, and green. This is more purple, but I just went off the lavender potpourri name that the Gentle Arts had, and I used Lavender Louise from Classic Colorworks. My next whip is my House Targaryen banner, and I'm almost done with it. But again, I do this thing where I don't touch a project for a bajillion years. I changed the colors of it because originally it's charted for like, you use the bright orange color that's in the dragons and you just use that for the whole thing. But I decided, no, I do not want to do that. So I got a lighter piece of fabric. I don't know where I am on the camera, how high up I am. Okay. Used a lighter piece of fabric called Amazing Grays from Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lugana. And I just inverted it. So I changed everything that was supposed to be orange to black. I kept some of the orange because this is upside down now. I kept some of the orange because I like that orange, but I just didn't want the whole thing to be orange. And I think it looks cool with the orange and the black together. And then for the words, Fire and Blood, I used a variegated DMC, two different ones. This one's like variegated yellow and orange, and this one is variegated like orange and white or something. And then the gold is the DMC Diamant stuff that I like to use. And I kind of just picked whatever I felt like what I felt like would look good on the pattern. And so I'm done with the bottom completely. All of that is done. So I'm working up here with some of these. This side and this side are not done. And then there's a House Targaryen and then like another bordery piece. Like this border thing is also repeated at the top. So after that, I'll be done with it. And this is in my Game of Thrones project bag. I got this from Maggie's Minders. It's the Game of Thrones map. And then I put a little zipper pull on it. I think it's a bumblebee because it has wings, but I know that doesn't match the bag, but I got a bunch of zipper pulls from as a free gift from a crafting retreat, and I was like, I'm gonna make my zippers interesting. Okay, my next whip is also for WIPGO. It was a new start on my WIPGO board, and it's called Group Therapy, and it's alcohol because I like stitching alcohol, because I like to drink alcohol as well. So I'm using a fabric called Veil of the Night by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lugana, and this is another half of it because I have another project that's using the bottom half of it. So this is what it looks like. My goal for WIPGO was to finish one of the alcohol glasses. So I have done it. I finished the margarita glass. Let's see if I can. Yeah, so it's pretty cute. Sorry, the light is gonna make it look yellowy if I zoom in. But there's like a lime and hanging off the margarita glass, and I don't know why, but that lime was super cool, and it's very simple but very cool. I like it. So my WIPGO for June is done. I was really glad that I got those projects because, for one, it was like that little tiny one. I should have just worked on it, and I didn't, but WIPGO made me work on it, so I was really happy that I played WIPGO because it allowed me to work on things. Like, it made me work on things that I just forget about. My project bag, it says, I'll be there in a Prosecco. And that's a sticker that I had from Scrapbook because I like Scrapbook. This is my project bag that I made. And I don't know what's in here. I forgot what I worked on because I worked on a lot of stuff. This is Patrick Bateman. So this is Water Sapphire Lugana. It's 25 count. This was my May WIPGO goal that I finished. I put 1,000 stitches in him. And yeah, not a whole lot to say, I guess. This is my other project bag that's oversized because I didn't measure right and had to keep adding fabric. This has my Arctic animals from Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. I don't have a cover photo because it's a stitch along. So this is Ashes to Ashes 32 count Lugana by Fiberlicious. This is what I'm stitching it on, and I finished clue 1, which is 2 Arctic foxes and some voles. And I changed some of the things on here. I changed the fox's eyes to a mix of DMC variegated flosses. One was variegated yellow and the other one was variegated brown. And I'll put a picture in here that shows it closer. I guess you can kind of see it there, but I wanted their eyes to be more interesting. And I also looked up what color eyes voles have, and voles have black eyes, so I left that the same. And this label in the back is DMC variegated yellow, because I don't really like stitching with yellow, so I thought my DMC variegated yellow would make it so that the yellow would be more fun to stitch. And it was, because to me it looks like a stick of butter now, which is awesome because I love butter. And I changed the alphabet. So Frosted Pumpkin had charted the letters a certain way, and I didn't particularly like the font, so I just changed the font, and I wrote the same thing that they wrote for the Arctic fox. I did the same thing for the vole. I changed the alphabet. It's a different font than this one, but it is one that I picked. And then I added the whack because in one of the newsletters that the Frosted Pumpkin had, they had said something about the Arctic foxes playing whack-a-vole, and so I thought it would be fun to add whack so that the whack-a-vole came true. So, and this fox is actually jumping onto this vole, which is what these lines are. So yes, that has been very cute. I didn't really know that I liked stitching animals that much because I'm not like a huge animal person, but after stitching the Arctic animals, I was like, stitching animals is fun. Okay, I have Cloud's Factory Epic Storybook Princesses, and I kept to my goal, I guess. It's more like a guideline, I don't know. Something new I wanted to try with it, where every time I film a floss tube, I would put the project back in the WIP pile and work on another character and finish that character before I do another floss tube. So I did that, and this is on Fiberlicious Peacock 32 count Lugana. This might turn the screen yellow again because the fabric is blue, and I've noticed that that's what blue fabric does apparently. But my goal is to finish Pocahontas, so I'm gonna get as close as I can. There she is. She is done. Do this a little bit more there. So Pocahontas is done, and I changed her skin to 1/1 because I was doing that for all of these little people. But that's the only thing I changed, and yeah. So my next character that I'm going to work on is, he's not here yet, but it's Miko, and I thought it was cool because I was like, Pocahontas has a trash panda. That is awesome. And of course, this was way before the trash panda slang came out, so now I can be like, hey, Pocahontas and her trash panda. All right, well, the WIP bucket is empty except for this last one, which is the Dimensions Christmas truck. And I'm doing this on Fiberlicious 32 count Lugana, and it's called Return to Eden. And I finished the backstitch and the windshield on top of the truck. So now it has its mirrors and its roof and its windshield and its steering wheel all outlined. And this bed of the truck, I think, too, is outlined back here. And I filled in more of the hood with the crosses. And I have yet to backstitch the rear view mirror. I believe it was a different color backstitch than the rest of it. So that's looking good. I think I will be able to finish it before November, which is my goal, because I want to give it away as a gift for the retreat that I'm going to in November. It's not a stitching retreat, it's a crafting retreat, and it's usually more heavily quilters that go, but I go too, because it's all crafts are welcome. But anyway, that's all my WIPs. So now I'm going to show you my haul that I got. So I went to my LNS. I love saying that I love that I can say I went to my LNS. So I wonder if I shouldn't take that out, because it's not. I got this bacon and eggs Mill Hill kit. It's a spring bouquet collection, and it's one of those like magnet ones, I think. It's MH18 2314. And it says it comes with a magnet too, so I think it's one of those ornament ones. And it's got like the thread and the beads, and I'm gonna see if I can read these little things here. So if you want to collect this series, there are 5 other ones. It's called Love Cooking. There's Kitty Love. There's a Scooter. There's Puppy Love. And then there's Lily Llama. No, I'm wrong. It says Little Llama. And I got another Mirabilia. This is Crystal Symphony. And I've been wanting this one for a while. It's MD94. And then I got 4th of July Rolls by Primrose Cottage. think it's great. Okay, I'm part of Fiberlicious's Fabric of the Month Club, and I got, this is for May. It's Memories in the Rain. It's 32 count Lugana, and I switched to getting a fat quarter. It's blue and green. So, well, that is all that I have to show you today. I'm going to continue to play WIPS Go, but I guess I'll just have to wait until June 25th when Jessie Marie calls the new numbers, because I'm done with June. I think I can still work on my June projects. I'm just done with them, so I think I might work on the alcohol one some more because it's really fun. And I was thinking about finishing this other project that's on my, sorry, this one, it's on the same fabric as this, but I was thinking about working on finishing this one just because it's, again, one of those like super simple patterns that I started in 2020 and then just ignored for 4 years for whatever reason. So I might finish that. I don't know though, because I don't know. It's me, and sometimes what I do doesn't make any sense even to me, so I'm gonna keep working on the truck, this Dimensions truck. I'm gonna work on the Arctic Animals clue when it comes out, and I'm gonna try to finish that before the next clue comes out because I want to keep up this time. I may put a few more stitches in the Castle Homecoming as well, just because, you know, why not? And I'm gonna do the Epic Princesses, finish the Trash Panda, and I've been thinking a lot about my Christmas in London memorabilia, so I might pull that out again. And once I get my Immortal thing framed, I was gonna film a small clip here so that you can see what it looked like before I give it to my LNS. I'm also gonna work on my video for my other channel. I keep working on it, like slowly, day by day. It'll get done and posted eventually. It's just taking a minute. I put some more stuff on my Etsy shop. I put a pattern of a bunny holding a staff, and he's standing in front of some trees and some water, and I called him Rabbit Warrior. So he's up there. But I also made some needle minders. So I have this button here. It's Heroes, First Responders. So it's police, fire, and EMT. And this is a 1.75 inch button. Doctors and nurses. Hero. Oh. Sorry, Eric. Doctors, heroes, and nurses. Medical care. I have 2 of these. I only have 1 of the first responders one because I'm keeping 1 of them. This is the other doctors. And then I have 1 for teachers. And the educational services. I have 2 of these as well. It's the other one. So those are up in my shop, and the bunny is also up in the shop. And then I have whatever else I had on there before. So yeah, I'll put I always put the shop link below. It just goes to the generic shop page, but I will see you guys on the next video. So thank you for liking, subscribing, commenting, and watching. So I'll see you guys again later. Have a nice day, and bye.